Here we go. AOC Champions League. Amazing to see the hype building in the chat for this. Thanks very much to Viper for the presumed host, because we have jumped to insane amounts of viewer numbers. I didn't actually see the host come in. Maybe I accidentally turned off Twitch alerts. Who knows? But thanks very much for the host, Viper. And welcome everyone to the Viper versus Vinchester in the AOC Champions League 2016. This is a special little event that's going to be running through December of this year, featuring 4 champions, well, sort of, I'll get onto that in a second, 4 champions of the 1v1 tournaments this year that featured a single map only, and they're using the maps from those tournaments. So that is the Arabia Invitational, Vinchester coming from that one because Mr. Yo didn't want to participate. Then we've got Masters of Arena 3, that's Viper, and we have Master of Islands, who Fire was the champion of, and Masters of Mega Random, which Tato was the champion of. Those 4 players will participate in a round-robin league, and there will also be a best-of-5 final, and the entire tournament will be played on those maps. And what an interesting map we've got thrown up straight away from Mega Random. Is this WCL? Yeah, this is the Masters of Mega Random version, WCL 7. Yeah, 2 scouts starting off by the looks of it. We're also starting off in the Castle Age. I have absolutely no experience of casting these settings from Masters of Mega Random, so this is new to me. But we're going to be in for an action-packed start that flanks the meta in many ways. The players having to really pay attention because this is 2 Castle Age scouts with +3 attack and +1 armour. Fortunately, for the players having to defend their woodlines, it's not bloodline scouts. Obviously, we've got Byzantines, team random civilizations for all the games. If the scouts take each other out now, that will make it a lot easier for the players to defend their woodlines in these initial stages. But yeah, Mega Random Castle Age start obviously means that villagers in the early game, before players really build up the infrastructure of their bases and the layout, get some walling and get some other army on the field, really vulnerable to double scouts, or if you start off with some different units with the Mega Random start. But going down to 1 scout apiece now of similar HP, and they'll be able to survive a little bit more. The map is an interesting one with lots of shallows, not really dockable. There's some deep fishing at the odd spot, but I don't think we'll see too much in the way of naval warfare here. Players starting with incredible amounts of resources. I can see straight away tons of stone. That's like at least twice as much stone as players would normally get in a standard game. 2 big main goals as well. For Vinchester, those 2, well, Vinchester playing in the purple here, those 2 main goals are really far forward and close together, so he's got to hold on to this area. It's absolutely critical. Wouldn't be surprised to see him just like put a castle in front of this later on. Maybe TC a bit earlier, right in front of it as well. Lots of wood. There's not much space to build for the players here. It's quite cramped. And that may make defending it a little bit easier. But with all the shallows, it means that these islands as such aren't really islands, because players can just sort of run around, all the way around, hit them in the back. First monk coming out from Vinchester from that monastery, and it gets picked off by Viper's scout, which will escape on 11 HP, so that's 100 gold down the drain straight away from Vinchester. But heavily on gold, so looking to continue the monk production by the looks of it. Whereas Viper's gone for a stable, and he's just making more scouts to begin with. Monastery of his own. Lots of relics on this map, so early monasteries very much make sense. See a couple here for Vinchester right on his island, 1 behind. There are some out on the shallows in this area. There's probably 10 relics on the map. Very appetising for players to actually go after with early monasteries and early monks there. Let's see if Vinchester's made any extra moves besides the monastery. No military production building for him just now. So continuing with just his starting scout that hasn't taken any HP damage. Both players keeping pace in the early going with their economies, 22 villagers each. Looks like Vinch has been deleting stragglers. I wouldn't say it's a particularly impactful play in this one compared to like Clash of the Hippo settings, if anybody remembers that. Deleting stragglers in that game could be brutal. It was used to great effect by some of the players. Viper getting up onto a good number of scouts now, so if he's aiming to pick off any of Vinchester's monks roaming around trying to get the relics, then very much able to do that. But Vinchester's my own monks haven't left the base just now. In fact, see if we can get 2 conversions quite quickly, but only one, and probably both monks going down. So Vinchester really not getting the payoffs for his monks in the early game. I think that's 3 monks he's lost, and he's only converted the 1 scout, is it? Yeah, just the 1. Viper with Bowsaw coming in now. Obviously players starting the Castle Age benefiting from upgrades such as Horse Collar, Double Bit Axe and Wheelbarrow straight away, but the Viper, I think the first player to get one of the Castle Age economic upgrades here. Obviously the players, like, it's an unusual situation to be starting off in the Castle Age. Like, you're not running on that autopilot where you think, right, I got to Feudal Age, I'm going to click Double Bit Axe straight away in 99% of cases. You really do have to have that top of mind to remember to get the economic upgrades at the right sort of times here, because it's a non-standard game, and in that regard perhaps Vinchester has a little bit more experience than Viper. Viper did not participate in Masters of Mega Random with the Castle Age starts, whereas Vinchester did and played a fair few rounds. Vinchester deleting another scout to avoid giving one to Viper now. I like the addition of camels here, 3 in there already. Couple of monks coming forward, and he may be able to convert some vills here. Vinchester really doesn't seem to have much to actually stop Viper converting a couple of villagers, but all there's a hole there to actually get in and get another monk. It's pretty disastrous for Vinchester to just be losing so many resources with very little payoff, and 3 scouts with forging and +1 armor getting into the woodline can kill a lot of villagers now, even if they are straying close to the TC. See Viper really not losing too much HP on those scouts to pick off a couple of vills there. And Vinchester very much on the defensive in the early stages of the game. On to second TC though, Viper obviously investing a little bit more in military, and that stable there, and some camels a bit later on the second TC. But still, with the losses that Vinchester's been suffering, he's a few villages behind Viper still. And third town centre being denied as well, with another villager going down. Viper's scouts are proving really resistant to conversion in these games. Scouts do it the best of times, but I don't think Vinch has had a great deal of luck with conversions on the whole, and that's why he's lost so many monks without getting many of Viper's scouts. If Viper's planning around that third TC right now, no, just staying on the second. So maybe Vinchester with 3 TCs versus 2 can start to equalise the villager difference, although that'll take 6 villagers worth of time. And you have to think Viper may have chosen to add a third TC by that point, although 2 TCs with Byzantines in standard games, very viable before clicking Imp. Well, this is Master Mega Random Castle Age start, and build orders and standard, any sense of it being a standard game flies out the window. Light cav in there for Viper as well. Vinchester still not researched anything like that. Mangonel comes from over to the Viper now, starts to lay siege to the TC. Pretty sure Vinchester just trying to convert the light cav there. I didn't see redemption done for him yet, so they won't be able to hit this Mangonel really. Viper has way too much protection for it, with the camels and monks in particular, and second Mangonel coming forward. Vinchester's starting to get redemption now. I was thinking that's going to be necessary, but I was about to say he's not really taken much of a military focused start to this game. Viper only slightly later at the second TC, but researching and producing a lot more in the way of military, and that's why he's the one applying the pressure now. Getting atonement, and that's a really big weapon to use in this situation, because Vinchester's trying to defend almost purely with monks. And if Viper's able to just convert those monks away from him, that's going to leave Vinchester completely open to attack. Getting one Mangonel there though, Vinchester may be able to shoot the second one, yep. So that's going to keep Vinch's TC on the front alive for quite some time. Really effective use of redemption there. Obviously it's a costly technology to research, but very, very effective, and also just destroyed its cost and then some in terms of total resources with 2 Mangonels. So villagers now more or less even. Did Viper get onto the third TC? Yeah, 3 TCs there. Pretty sure that one wasn't there when I was looking there before. I've got starting to doubt myself that he was only on 2 for a long time, but Vinchester has indeed caught up. 4th TC, in fact, with Vinchester up here, as we noticed that Viper has replaced his Mangonel and is coming forward again. Byzantine TC, though, a little bit stronger than a standard TC. Not up to the standard of a Persian one, of course, but that was one brave monk to stand so far forward of the TC. Vinchester, though, so fast, so on point. Let's take a look at here. A few light cabs hitting the villagers. Vinchester's going to notice that. Same time as he's going to push out and try to get some... Is he running for the Mangonels or the monks? Going for the monks, I think. And conversions, maybe? Yeah, two scout conversions and 2 of them dying. And now Vinch is getting a little bit desperate. Sending bills into the fray. And monks... not going down to camels actually, but one of them being converted. 2 Mangonels being converted though, once again by Vinchester. These Mangonel conversions are really helping him to hang on. The light cabs though, whilst Vinchester was microing that, causing absolute carnage over here. Looks like about 8 villagers going down. And yeah, 65 to 55, despite Vinchester being on more TCs at this point, I think still. Yeah, still 4 to 3. And crossbow now being researched by Vinchester, obviously going to be pretty good against camels and light cabs. But look at this from Viper coming forward with the castle drop, and Vinchester just has almost nothing to deny this. He's got like 2 monks and that's almost it. 3 military, yeah, 2 monks in here, 1 monk there, there's no way. And Viper castle dropping both gold piles of Vinchester. I said start of the game he's got to hold on to this area of Vinchester, and I expected him to build a castle here at some point, but he's been... Oh, the Mangonel conversion may be able to do something, but I think it's too late. The castle's almost up, it's like 80%. Now it's on 90%, but it's not going to be stopped. I said Vinchester needed a castle here to defend it of his own, potentially, and it's going to be Viper completely taking Vinchester off gold, and that is an absolutely crucial move. Massive play by Viper. Vinchester's going to be having to probably mine stone and sell it at the market to get gold now. Viper up to imp as well, taking advantage. Obviously he's put so much pressure on Vinchester so far, expended a lot of resources in that, but still able to click up to imp pretty quickly on the account of their early Imperial Age bonus because of it being cheaper. And Viper dropping a lot of archery ranges now. How heavily is he on gold? Not that heavily. I was wondering if maybe he's thinking of hand cannons when he goes up. Let's check his resources out. Almost affording the second castle as well now. Imagine if he... I don't know if the second castle would quite fit there. Maybe it would. Another one there would be pretty important, or maybe just put it like here, in pushing in from the second one. Gold shaft mining as well. Yeah, I think he's going to go... No, it's just going to be Arbalest by the looks of it. Lots of archers being produced. Light cavalry roaming around the north. Vinch has got enough crossbows here to push those away. But Viper's finding out where Vinchester shifted his economy to. Interesting place to be taking these wood. I guess these were just all the builders. Might as well keep them working in that area. If Viper wanted to be really cheeky, you could maybe have made a mining camp there, but in all likelihood crossbows would have picked them off. He does know his opponent's got those now. And Vinchester trying to get a castle of his own. He may not know that Viper's up, and he may be thinking, if I rush there, I can start a trade war and win back my gold. But he's going to have a nasty surprise any moment now with Viper almost hitting the Imperial Age. Getting all the technologies he's going to need for those arbalests that he's about to have. Thumb ring, ballistics, +2, +1 done. Vinchester only on +1 for now. So those crossbows probably wouldn't have been completely shredding the light cabs, lacking bodkin arrow. Viper had checked the upgrades. Maybe it'd have been a little bit more adventurous trying to start to build something with the light cabs, but... What's he doing? Trebuchet straight away, of course, just trying to kick off the Trebuchet war with Vinchester. They're going to be fighting over these gold piles on the edge of Vinch's base, and the winner of this trade war... Well, if Viper wins this trade war, that's probably going to be game deciding. Vinchester's going to have to win it just to get back into the game. Both players going Bracer and Arbalest straight away. Chemistry for Vinchester as well. Don't know if it's got a siege workshop at this point. No, I was wondering if maybe you'd think about throwing in a bombard cannon as well as a trebuchet. But light cavs running right at the back of Vinchester's base. He's completely pushed off stone as the Arbalests go around there. Vinchester having to work hard to repair his castle now. He's always behind in the trebuchet production by 1. And the edges of his base, just all around the entire perimeter, starting to look so ragged now as Arbalest just moving in different directions, picking off villagers. Viper, just excellent army control, raiding in all directions, pulling those Arbalests back. Vincher's only keeping 1 group, and I don't even know that this group will be enough to take on these guys anyway. Just having chemistry advantage for now, although that's about to kick in for the Viper along with +2 armor. So yeah, this group would definitely take out all of Vinch's ones currently. How's the treble progressing? Vinch's castle looking pretty healthy right now, which will give him hope as Viper's trebuchets kind of fire at sort of the wrong things. Always valuable to destroy an enemy monastery that's full of relics, of course. Well, I say full. I think there's like 1, maybe 2 in there. The Viper's got enough villagers there on hand to repair that castle. Vinchester 58 villagers in total, and Viper's 94, so real difference in the economies there. Vinchester's suffering from so many idols as well, and he's choosing to call GG. Absolute domination by Viper in this first game. Vinchester going really early into monks when his opponent decided to make a few extra scouts. Perhaps not getting the rub of the green with some of the conversions, the roll of the dice. But Viper just keeping the pressure on after those, that kind of early misfortune for Vinchester, and really quick and decisive in game 1.